Hey Aaron,
There we are.
how you doing, man?
Good. How are you, Paul?
Good. I hear you're rocking it, dude.
Oh man, I'm stumbling along, one day at a time.
That's I think that's the Alcoholics Anonymous slogan, isn't it?
Hey now. I'm not even willing to admit yet.
Don't even go there. That's funny.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm really glad that I'm indebted to you for taking the time out and help me with this.
Oh, for sure. Whatever I can do.
Yeah.
This is a big community, and we're like family to help each other out when we need it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I really do appreciate about it seems like pretty much all of the digital marketers I have rubbed shoulders with, they're just all willing to, step up and help out wherever they can, because we've all kind of been in the position that I and a few others are, where we're just, getting started, scratching around, see what kind of dust we can raise.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've been in the business and you've had your challenges, and I kind of wanted to get a feel for what your thoughts and concerns are. I want to share this with people who are thinking about getting into it, maybe sitting on the fence, and I was hoping that you could kind of give them some direction or some tidbits that might help people make a decision.
Yeah, for sure. Um, so my biggest thing was getting rid of limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard that thrown around quite a lot. And then, it's mostly the mindset of, seeing stumbling blocks as stepping stones. Like that was a huge one for me. Like I got shut out
Yeah.
of Facebook, or I had an ad account shut down on my first ad. Like I hit publish
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I was kicked out. I was like, what is going on here? And it was so frustrating, because I spent maybe like a month trying to, go back and forth with Facebook, and it just ended up going nowhere. I got some good information out of it, but
And no explanation. They just went, sorry.
yeah, and a lot of people, I feel like that would be like they take it as a sign, or whatever, that this
Yeah.
isn't for me, or it's a fairly substantial stumbling block if you look at it that way.
Right.
So a lot of people would just give up right there. So I was like, no, that's not what I'm going to do. My back's against the ropes right now, and so I'm going to fight this out. So I went to Pinterest, I went to LinkedIn, did some Google ads, um, basically anywhere I could go to generate traffic. And so that's actually been working out really well for me. And, Facebook is starting to catch up to those other platforms, but,
Well, I think that in the last week or so here, they're starting to go, okay, it's maybe not beneficial for us to shut accounts down permanently and have people fight to get back in. What we're going to do is just reduce the audience that the ads go to. And when you figure out how to fix your ad, then we'll open it up to the rest of the world.
yeah, I've definitely seen some throttling, and, I like that policy a lot better, because it's so disheartening to just be kicked out and you're like, I have no idea why. Like I didn't violate any policies. I wasn't spamming people or anything like that. I was running ads that were far more kosher than things I've been seeing in my own news feed. And so it's just like, I could have let that get to me, found
Yeah.
a little pot of gold in some of these other sites and decided to come back. I had to come in a roundabout way, get on my wife's Facebook, but so she holds the keys to everything.
Don't they all?
Yeah, exactly.
Not open that door.
Oh man.
So, I guess what I'm hearing you say though is you know, obviously Facebook isn't the only venue, and the other ones work for you.
Yeah. And that's what you really have to be willing to do, is just step up and try new things. Like, you know, they say that this is a science, and, you know, you always have to be testing different hypotheses.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
you got to be trying different things, see what sticks. And that's just part of it. You know, you got to write different ads, different landing pages, just try different techniques. And eventually you're going to run into something that actually works, and it's going to go gangbusters on you. And you're going to sit back and be like, wow, you know, because it takes off so fast once you get it going. So that was a cool thing for me to learn. And I know you were kind of asking about, you know, some of the other things that people trip up on, and, you know, that gets into the limiting beliefs. Like, you know, in the beginning, you know, I was like, can I really afford, you know, $100 a month for ClickFunnels? Can I really afford to pay for all of the training that goes along with this? Because, you know, just starting out, it's the pro is $100, and then on top of that, they throw in, you know, Elite Academy, or, you know, the scale, and, you know, we're looking at a couple grand right there, and it's like, wow, that's such a huge investment. But then you look at that word there, it's an investment. You know, you have to be looking at this like, I'm putting money into this so that I can grow my high income skills. You know, this isn't just something that's just going to fall into my lap. You know, I'm not waiting to win the lottery here. You know, I have to put in some work.
Yeah, and you know, I guess a lot of people who kind of look at this are really not, you know, they haven't ever tried to start a business, so they don't really understand what's involved in. This is something that's going to take you through the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yeah, and it can seem intimidating at first, you know, because you're looking at this mountain in front of you, like all this work that you have to do, all the investment that you have to put into it. And, you know, the thing is, with the community that we have around here, they help you get through those hurdles so fast and so easily. Like we were just talking about earlier, you know, you come across an issue, and you have how many people in our group alone, not to mention, you know, the AWOL community, the ClickFunnels community, and all the other masterminds that are out there that you can get into, that are just they're all willing to reach out, because they've all been in that position where they had to reach out at one point, and they see your struggle, and they're like, come on, dude, like this is an awesome game to be in, like re-engage. You know, we're here for you. Here's the solution. You know, so that's an awesome thing.
They can just give you a simple solution that's, oh, shoot, if I'd have known that 10 minutes ago, I'd have fixed it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, it's so much easier than opening a brick and mortar store, too. You know, think about the investment in that. Like, how many hundreds of thousands of dollars are you going to be investing in, you know, rent and, you know, inventory and everything else?
I've been there. And then you stand around waiting for somebody to walk in the door. Oh my God.
Yeah. But seeing that next to a brick and mortar store and opening that kind of business, this is like an easy path. You know, hit the easy button, you're done.
Yeah.
But,
well, and I guess you're never done. And it doesn't matter what business you're in. You're always going to want to be trying to improve it and make more sales and make it cleaner and, you know, a nicer product for your clients. But, you know, I've heard from so many of the people who are successful. It's like, okay, so yeah, you got to do a bunch of studying, you got to do a bunch of training, you got to, you know, invest some time and certainly a little bit of money. But once it gets going, it's like, okay, so now I can sit back and like 3-4 hours a day and done. Now I get to go and do some golf or whatever.
Exactly. I love that you brought up golf. I took a look at your fan page, and it's just loads of golf. I was like, this is awesome. I would love to be doing that. But yeah, like
Well,
you're saying, I mean, this stuff, once you get it going, once you get over that initial hurdle, that initial, it's very front end in our industry. You got to build the website, you got to build your funnel out and all your email automation. But once you have that going, it's an automated process. You might have to tweak a few things here and there, but like you were saying, to clean it up, polish it, but a couple hours a week,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So, any kind of parting words of wisdom? To put you on the spot here.
The funny thing is, like, just looking at our group, anyone can really do this. I mean, anyone. It doesn't matter what your background is, whether you failed in sales before or you don't have any tech background. You don't really need any of that. All those stories that you're telling yourself, like, I can't do this because of X, Y, or Z, you got to let go of that, because just looking at our group, it's such a diverse group of people from all age ranges and backgrounds, and we're all just chugging along and making this happen. And it's awesome to see that, like, these advertisements aren't lying. It's the proof is in the pudding here.
Yeah.
Like, anyone can do this. You just have to have the gumption to do it. And, that drive is going to carry you a very long way in succeeding in this.
And internet marketing is the way of the future. It's like nobody's going to stores anymore. Box stores are cutting themselves down. So,
well, even if you do have a brick and mortar store, online marketing is huge. Like, you can tailor Facebook ads to your region. Like, that's how awesome Facebook advertising is.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of things where people are going into businesses and setting up their messenger and all of their advertising, and they're setting up these amazing campaigns that are suddenly just making these businesses explode with leads and clients and customers. It's really kind of awesome to see it, like, in all of these different facets. Like, it's really a blank canvas of what you can do, which is the fun thing about it. But then again, you can also get the shiny object syndrome and want to go in a million different ways. But
man, I really appreciate the time you spent with me tonight, Paul. And I wish you the best. And I guess we'll catch up with you on the next webinar.
Sounds great. Yeah, let me know if you have anything else that comes up, and take care. I'll see you around.
I love it. Thanks. Take care.
Yep. Bye.